Straight ahead on 12 News, the political winds are blowing again as a local representative plans to make a major announcement. Then, drivers expecting a quick cut-through.
It's complete stop, bumper to bumper.
Find gridlock. But first, the woman accused of kidnapping her friend's baby. 12 News starts right now. A baby taken from his Brooklyn Park home is back with his mother, but now it's the mother's friend who's in jail.
Thalia Benson was actually one of the first people the mother called. According to the criminal complaint, Benson lied about the baby's whereabouts, and she is now charged with kidnapping. Yesterday, 12 News spoke with the mother, Christina Alonzo, at her Brooklyn Park home. She called Benson a close family friend. Alonzo's 2-month-old son was found safe in St. Paul after the boy was missing for more than 9 hours Tuesday. The criminal complaint says police were alerted about Benson after her own relatives became suspicious. Despite the kidnapping charges, the boy's mother told 12 News she's not angry at her friend.
I guess she's really sick, and I didn't know she had anxiety. I didn't know she was on medication.
Alonzo says her friend also badly wanted a baby and thought she possibly had a miscarriage. Benson was arrested after the baby was found in a vehicle parked outside her St. Paul apartment. Benson's boyfriend was watching the baby. The criminal complaint says Benson told the boyfriend that she had recently given birth and that the baby was his.
The political winds are swirling again in Minnesota. A lot of it has to do with an announcement planned this weekend by Maple Grove Representative Kurt Zellers. All arrows point towards a run for governor. The Zellers for Governor website was registered on Tuesday. The announcement is planned for 3 p.m. Sunday. Well, it's not your imagination. There is construction on just about every major roadway in the Northwest Metro.
And the road work has significantly slowed down traffic, but in more places than you might expect. Reporter Shannon Slatton is in Brooklyn Center at one of those places.
There's not any construction on this stretch of Bass Lake Road in Brooklyn Center, so drivers think this could be a quick cut-through to avoid waiting in traffic. Instead, they find out that's hardly the case during rush hour.
We have a nest of baby robins
in Lanny Delzer's front yard.
And every time a truck goes by or a heavy vehicle that makes a lot of squeaking, they poke their little heads out of the nest and beg for food.
A nest of baby birds has been the big attraction.
So it's been really entertaining watching the birds react to the traffic also.
But Wednesday during rush hour, the traffic was worth watching too.
Bumper to bumper, lots of brakes, squealing.
She's lived here for 25 years.
We never have it that bad, that backed up.
And this summer, the traffic has been as bad as she's ever seen it.
When people are using the turning lane for passing, that can be very dangerous.
I've lived here for 3 years, and this is the worst I've ever seen it.
Missy Thompson moved her kids' play area to the backyard to avoid increased traffic on her side street.
Because they're all starting to go on the side street to try to even cut out 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and so people are starting to kind of come in here and they're going faster than normal.
If you look around this section of Bass Lake Road, you'll see what people are trying to avoid. Construction on 694, bridge construction over Highway 100, and road work on County Road 81.
It takes you approximately double the time, if not triple the time, to get to your destination.
Drivers searching for a quick zip through Brooklyn Center instead find the one thing they were trying to escape.
I suppose they were avoiding the heavy traffic and found out that Bass Lake Road can be heavy too if everyone's taking it.
People we spoke with say rush hour seems to be starting earlier too, with cars starting to thicken up around 3 o'clock. In Brooklyn Center, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
A pair of assaults against women in Maple Grove parks has residents and police on alert. As Delane Cleveland reports, there are several things you can do to ensure your safety.
The pristine surroundings of the Rice Lake trails make the area a popular destination for outdoor recreation.
You know, in Minnesota, summers are so short, you want to be able to get out and about and exercise in the summer with your dogs.
Brenda Kuznick walks here daily, but what she didn't know is that Tuesday morning on this very trail, a man approached a woman from behind and touched her inappropriately.
That's horrible. That's really creepy.
That's one reason why Maple Grove police are utilizing bicycle patrols to give residents some peace of mind.
When an incident like this happens, I think it's very important that we're out here just kind of reassuring the public that we're out here trying to protect them in any way that we can.
He advises people to travel in groups and to carry a cell phone to call 911 if they encounter something suspicious on the paths.
Right hand fist up to the face. Repetition. You do it over and over.
But if you talk to Master Alan Kuntzman from USA Karate in Maple Grove,
elbow to the rib, you get strike to the groin.
The art of self-defense,
then you could step away from them,
is another good skill to have.
And then kick them.
Master Alan has taught karate and self-defense techniques for more than 20 years, and he had his students demonstrate that a little training can go a long way. Back at Rice Lake Trail,
I just want to continue to be able to enjoy the trail. And
Brenda says that she won't let this incident prevent her from enjoying her daily walk.
if there's a stick nearby, I think I'd grab it and walk them.
In Maple Grove, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
And police still urge people to call 911 rather than actively trying to defend yourself against an attacker, because the attacker could have self-defense training as well.
A Maple Grove online business owner calls it an I told you so moment. Amazon and other online retailers are laying off Carrie Hasha and other Minnesota affiliates to avoid having to collect a state sales tax. That sales tax takes effect on July 1st. Hasha earns a commission from Amazon if customers make Amazon purchases through her Pocket Your Dollars website.
It's a big law. I have an internet-based business, and the business model is based around this affiliate marketing. And so it's a huge impact to my income.
Hasha says as much as 20% of her gross revenue could be impacted by the new state law. In her opinion, the best solution is if Congress passes the Marketplace Fairness Act that levels the playing field in every state. Coming up, we are in the garden with summer planting tips for your containers.
Then later in sports, a talented group of local players get set for all-star baseball competition.
But first, keep an eye toward the sky. There is severe storm potential in your AccuWeather forecast. Hundreds of thrifty shoppers in lines out the door in Maple Grove this morning for the grand opening of a new Resale store. New Uses is the latest gently used home store to open in the Maple Grove area on the heels of Goodwill opening up its second Maple Grove location. For the past 5 weeks, this store has purchased around 9,000 home items from people looking to clean out their homes. Today, the door is open for shoppers to buy.
I just think we've needed this forever, just where people can go and sell their furniture and other people can find them, and they only take good stuff.
Maybe you don't really want to just give it away. You want to try and make a little money, but you don't want to have a garage sale, so it's a nice way to check that out.
This is the second New Uses store to open in Minnesota. If you haven't finished your planters, now is the perfect time.
That's because most of the flowers and plants you will need are on sale. Sonia Goins goes in the garden with Bachman's to show us how it's done.
So first we need a good pot, right?
Right.
Okay. Tell me about what we need.
You need drainage. It can be any pot. You could have one at home, or you're going to the store, you can buy affordable choice, or this is a glazed pot, which is a little bit more high end. They look really nice. You just want to make sure they have holes in the bottom for good drainage.
Okay, and what's the next step?
So then you're going to fill it up with good quality potting soil. And a really good thing to do, especially in the summer as we're heading into July, is make sure you amend it with Osmocote, which is a slow release fertilizer. And then especially this HydroStretch, which is a polymer. This is gonna help retain water in the soil. So as we're heading into the really hot months, these are gonna help your flowers do really well.
And we're supposed to get some extreme heat this weekend, so that'll be a good thing.
This will be a good thing to have this amended into your soil.
Okay, now what type of plants should we put in here?
You know, I think the formula that we always follow is 3 words, very easy: thriller, filler, and spiller. Okay. So you want to start with a thriller plant. This is going to be your statement plant. It's going to be really eye-catching, and you definitely want some height in this one. And this is going to be placed either in the back of your pot or in the center, and cascade out of that. Okay. Then you are going to want to go for some fillers. These are round plants that you're going to put sort of in the center like this, and that's going to fill out the center part of your pot.
Okay, and what is this too?
These are New Guinean patience. Okay. So, this is purple fountain grass. But you can really use anything that is of your liking. You just want to choose plants that have similar conditions and complementary colors.
Okay. Does it matter like how many plants you use?
You know, it depends on the size of your pot, but I always recommend going for odd numbers. Like we're using 3 right here. So 3, 5, that kind of thing. So that's gonna make it look really, really nice.
Okay.
And then the last one is your spiller plants. These are Calibrachoa.
Okay.
And these are going to set into the pot and then spill over the edge. It cascades down and really softens the edge.
Oh.
And voila.
Voila.
Your pot is done.
Wow. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Sarah also says it's a good idea not to reuse old soil from the previous year. Coming up, cops on the move, but no concern here. It's all for a good cause.
But first, get set for your next fishing trip with Terry Tuma's latest tip. Sports is next with John Jacobson.
It's a big weekend for the top Minnesota baseball players from the class of 2013. As Jay Wilcox reports, a great crop of players from the northwest suburbs is set for all-star play.
It's a pretty special thing just to get picked for this tournament.
It's an honor. It's great to be out here with such great talent, and I'm excited to play with these guys.
The Hopkins coach, Mr. Lerner, he put in a good word for me, and I happened to have a really nice game against them, and I think that helped out. But just being a part of the team with the best players from your respected regions in the state, I just think it's a great honor, and I'm glad I can play with some of these guys I've played against, haven't played against, but they're all good ball players. I'm really looking forward to it.
Formerly the Lions All-Star Tournament, the newly dubbed Play Ball Minnesota event is a 4-team, 2-day round-robin tournament at Chaska Athletic Park. The Metro West squad is loaded with Channel 12 area players. Cooper's Nawan Norke, Justice Nelson of Armstrong, Michael Faco of Wayzata, Matt Smith, and Bryce Marquardt of Champlin Park, Ryan Tapany of Providence Academy, plus Crystal's Ryan Fromm, who played for St. Louis Park. In addition, Maple Grove's Darby Carlson and Armstrong's Brian Sobiak are Metro West coaches. Past greats like current twins Joe Mauer and Glenn Perkins played in this event, and a big star like Logan Shore of Coon Rapids is here this year. That adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah, it makes it more special because he's such a good player and such a good person, which, I don't know, just sets a really good example for all the other players.
Kids like Logan Shore and Matt Fiedler and all those guys coming here and playing, it just shows their dedication to the game and how much they love it and how great the sport is for the state.
They've excelled for their high school teams. Now we'll see who stands out this weekend in Chaska. Jay Wilcox, 12 Sports.
South and Metro East open the tournament 3 o'clock Friday, followed by North versus Metro West at 7. Those are 9-inning games. Saturday has a full slate of 7-inning games down in Chaska. Many of the All-Stars are taking time off from their American Legion teams this weekend. Some of them were in action Wednesday night. Champlin paying a visit to Totino-Grace. It's 1-0 Grace until the 6th when Daniel Keel drills a hit that bounces to the fence and left for Champlin post 600. Bryce Marquardt comes around to score and Keel's double, and it's 1-1. After Champlin goes ahead, they strike again. Kip Youngquist lining at just over second. Trevor Kaminsky scores, and Champlin's lead grows to 3-1. And they aren't done yet. Tanner Christie drills it to deep center for another extra base hit. Youngquist races around from first and is safe at home for a 4-1 lead. They end up getting 6 runs in all in the 6th. Totino-Grace tries to rally in the bottom of the 6th. Seth Solwald's bouncer handcuffs Jason Anderson, but the one big inning carries Champlin to a 6-2 win. In South Hennepin League play, Hopkins visiting Chester Bird, which is mostly Benilde players. Bottom of the 1st, Jimmy Heck's base hit scores Sam Lynch, and it's 1-0 Chester Bird. Same inning, Gabe McDonald rips a hit to score Keaton Studrud for a 2-0 lead. To the top of the 5th, Hopkins down 5-3 until Alex Moore pokes a 2-out hit to score Jimmy Copels. And then in the top of the 6th, and watch this one, Robert Dworsky cracks a 3-run homer down the left field line, and the Flyers take a 7-5 lead. But in the bottom of the 7th, McDonald is clutch with a 2-out, 2-run single, tying the game at 7. Top of the 8th, Hopkins loads the bases, and then a wild pitch brings Dworsky home. That holds up as the winning run. 8-7 Hopkins, the final. Time for this week's Channel 12 fishing tip. Here's pro angler Terry Tuma.
Let's talk about fine tuning and finesse fishing. Is it a factor? For sure it's a factor. What we need to, once we find these fish, we do need, if you're not catching fish with this specific lure, we all know we should keep on trying. Don't get hung up on one lure all day long, one color all day long. That's not going to be beneficial to us. Fine tuning means nothing more than selecting the right size. Should I use rattles? Should I not use rattles? It's going to be the speed, the depth of your lures, and speed is a big factor. Sometimes we want it faster, we want slower retrieves, we want to troll quicker or faster, we want to slow way down. A change in speed, change in direction, these are all ingredients. And if we fine tune, if we practice fine tuning, it is going to help us. And always remember that fine tuning is a ingredient, if you will, that does take a little bit, I don't want to say a lot of extra work, but just mentally, just keep up with that fine-tuning type of presentations because it does help. It's just amazing. For instance, I was fishing the river using jigs, chartreuse green. We had some pretty good success. I thought, well, this is a great time to try a different type of lure, so I put a pink jig on and I doubled the success in just a short time frame. So that's really what fine-tuning is working with. And always remember, one lure does not work every single hour all day long. Just try patterning and fine-tuning, you are going to catch a lot more fish, guaranteed.
Thanks, Terry. Look ahead to the Big Dudley softball tournament coming up Friday, starting at 4.
All right, thanks, John. Still ahead, a law enforcement connection found through a pair of running shoes.
We'll be right back. Now, finally, the conditions were warm and muggy, but the men and women in blue laced up their running shoes for a good cause.
The law enforcement torch run made its way through the West Metro Thursday. Maple Grove police started the run before handing the torch off to Plymouth Police and then this group from the Minnetonka Police Department. For Plymouth Police, it was a 6-mile run, but the ultimate goal is to raise funds and drum up some support for Special Olympics.
Because we have the squads in front of us and behind us, it kind of draws attention to it. So as people pass by, they see us running with the torch, they see the t-shirts, the squad cars, and they kind of get a gist of, what we're doing and why we're doing it.
This is the 9th year Plymouth Police have participated in the torch run. That's all the news for us. We leave you with the sounds of summer in Maple Grove.
Kids, we're feeling the beat with a little beach music at the city's town green. Enjoy. We'll see you again tomorrow.